You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another universe, a universe of sound, a universe of sight, a universe of mind. You're moving into a universe of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the cryptoverse. Greetings, cryptonauts. I hope your travels through the cryptoverse are going well today. So right now I'm switching over to dollar cost averaging mode. If you've been watching my channel, I've been talking for months about my little short orders in Bitcoin because it's going to crash eventually. And the only thing I need to be right about is that it's going to go down, right? And days before the big death candle came, I literally switched into a long position. So that's trading, right? The more decisions you make, the more risk you open yourself up to. So whenever something like that happens, I always like to crawl back into stable coins or dollar cost averaging. And so that just goes to show you, right? If you've been watching my channel since like August or so, my long-term outlook was basically spot on. And at the very last days before the big profit would have been taken, I took profit too early and got into a long and then lost that little trade days before, right? So all those months of work down the drain, right? So that's just my opinion. I think very few people will actually can make a living as just a trader, right? So I mean, it can be done, but it's difficult. It's not easy. It's definitely not as easy as a lot of stuff you see on YouTube might lead you to believe. But it's just my opinion. I'm gonna show you some stuff I'm gonna dollar cost average into here. I talked about it in my last video, and with that trading, fundamentally, I don't really like the idea of taking other people's money because that's kind of what you're doing. But if you leave it in the market, it's really not taking it. But I don't know. It's kind of a tricky situation. Here's the 4 I'm going to dollar cost average into. And just to make it simple, say, as I get money, I'll start sticking it in here to these and just say 25% each. If I have $100 next week, I'll go $25 Bitcoin, $25 Ethereum. See, I have the little stars highlighted here. This is on Coinbase, or not Coinbase, coinmarketcap.com. Links down in the description if you want to check it out. Chainlink and the little talked about Neo right here, checking in at $29.11. So I was going to buy this a while back at 44, but like I was saying, this whole market should be dropping. And now is probably a good time to start dollar cost averaging. The price of Bitcoin is likely, in my opinion, going to range between like 42 and 50,000, maybe wicks to 40,000 to 52, 53,000. But I think the main range here for the next month is probably going to be in between 40 and 50,000. If you haven't noticed, if you've been watching, Bitcoin keeps stalling out in the 49,000s, right where it's at right now. It's likely to dive down to like 42 right now. And, the next big move is likely a dive down, and then like a 10%, 10 to 20% dive down over days or weeks, days or a week, and then back up to another $10,000 move or $5,000 move up and a 6,000 move down and 8,000 up, and I'm still up in the air. I've been showing that the market psychology graph where there's a big pump and a dead cat pump, and then it goes into a bear market. I don't. There's a chance there's a third one coming. There's a chance Bitcoin kind of stalls out in the 40,000s for a month or two. Maybe it tries to come down and touch 30,000 once or twice, and then there might be a third one coming, right? And quarter one of 2022, a third pump back up to like 59,000, 60,000, 64,000, right? 65,000. There could be another one of those coming before, the year or two of just kind of blah, 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 like, where we're at now, 40,000s. Bitcoin is a platypus, and there's a supply crunch coming. It's on the horizon, as you can see here. 89.96% of Bitcoin are in circulation. or have been mined. There's only 10.04% left, and it's probably going to take 100 years or so to get the last 10% of Bitcoin. So the next halving cycle is when Bitcoin can get kooky. That might be when we actually see the parabolic trillions of dollars push, right? So that's interesting. Definitely own Bitcoin. As far as growth, Ethereum will probably outdo Bitcoin as far as percentage growth. Which one's more likely to 10x from here? Ethereum from 4,000 to 40,000, or Bitcoin from 50,000 to 500,000, right? Just the sheer amount of money it will take. That's why I like Chainlink a lot. These are cryptocurrencies that have a purpose. They're already being used in the real world, and they're the groundwork of what could be kind of a digital financial system. They got the roots down into it, right? Chainlink is $19.48. It's got a fixed supply of 1 billion, and almost half of those are out. And go down here to Neo. Neo is interesting. If you want to check it out, I put a link down in the description with just the basic information about what Neo is. It's cool. It's not mined, and it's also a double coin. It's got lots of interesting attributes that some other cryptocurrencies don't really have. Sometimes I refer to it's like buying the internet, but these three and Bitcoin, these three, obviously they have roots. Neo is a capped supply of 100 million. There's no mining, so that's kind of interesting. It's also kind of passive income benefits with Neo, and also at $28. A while back I was tempted to start buying at 44, but like I said earlier, and the whole market could still come down. What if there's another little hype pump coming, Q1 of 2022, and then it comes down, and Bitcoin might come back all the way back down to 30,000 for a while, the 30,000s. Who knows for sure, but there will be something that kind of resembles a bear market eventually, even though it's probably not a true bear market, right? There will be a time where it just kind of hangs down low. And when that happens, when Bitcoin does that, Neo could dive down to like $10, right? Chainlink could move down to $10, $15. Ethereum can move down to 2,000 or 3,000 or something. But that's the beauty of dollar cost averaging. Like I started my video talking about, right? Wrap this up, tie it back to the beginning of the video. The more decisions you make, you become a trader, right? The more decisions, in my opinion, just me personally, the more decisions you make, you open yourself up to risk, right? So that's why dollar cost averaging is cool. You tie your brain behind your back, right? You don't just stop using your brain, stop looking. Just say put $1 a day into Neo, right? When it goes up to 50, you're buying $1 a day, and when it comes back down to 10, you're buying $1 a day. So you end up being in for like $28, right? And then 10 years from now, Neo could be sitting at $280 or $2,800. Neo could go to Neo could 100x in the next decade or two, right? That's the beauty of dollar cost averaging. So, anyways, when I get my tail between my legs and lick my wounds, I like to fall back and make videos about stable coins and dollar cost averaging. So now's a good time to start dollar cost averaging. And hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks for watching.